like by an hour and 2 minutes, I believe. So if you're new here, this is Glistening July. We do all things hospitality related. We do transportation, we do lodging, accommodations, food and beverage, recreation, cruises, and I'm missing something, but I can't think of it right. Accommodations and something else. Well, lodging and accommodation is the same thing. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. You like. If you didn't see, we were at the state fair earlier this week, and I got to meet the governor. So you need to go watch the Ohio State Fair video. But today we're gonna talk about how I do not like franchise hotels. And the reason why I don't like franchise hotels is because they don't adhere to the same policies as the corporate hotels do. And so what does that mean? That means that you can check into a hotel at any time. It doesn't matter what time you check in. But after a certain time at a hotel, the accounting switches over. And so they have to cut the books off. So if you get there when the night auditor comes in and they cut the books off, you may not have your hotel. They may cancel it out. So you always have to call when you know your flight is going to be delayed, especially when you get in the hours that people normally should be asleep and not up and checking into a hotel. So you have to call the hotel, you have to check in. Sometimes the night auditor is also the person who manages the front desk. Sometimes it's two different people. It just depends on their staffing. So today, the lady is going to tell me that if I don't give her the credit card over the phone, then my hotel room is going to cancel. Well, ma'am, unfortunately, this must be a franchise, and that's not Marriott's policy. And if you look, I'm an elite member, and so I don't even know why you telling me something crazy like that. I didn't say there's something crazy like that, but I did say I don't even know why you telling me that because that's not their policy. And then she said, I said this is a franchise, and she said no, we're owned by somebody. I said, ma'am, if you are not owned by Marriott, you're a franchise. I said, but that's not their policy. I said, I'm not. She was like, well, you can give me your credit card over the phone. No, I'm not giving you my credit card over the phone. What I'll do is I'll go in and I'll update my credit card and my profile because she asked me a series of questions. She said, is the credit card on file that you have in your profile valid? No, it's not. She said another question. No, that's not either. And so I went in, I updated my profile, I added the credit card in there, and she charged the room. So now she said, you're all checked in. All you have to do is show your ID, and you can go to my room because I have to be up in the morning. I think I got to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to my meeting. But with that being said, you have to call the hotel if you know you're checking in late and you book directly with the hotel. You have to call the hotel and let them know that your flight is going to be delayed and around what time you'll be checking in. This also happened to me when I stayed at the Atlanta Marriott that's connected to it's not connected, but you take the tram over to the Marriott at the airport, and I had to tell them in advance. So what they did is they went ahead and charged me the first night stay to the credit card, but I told them, like, I'm not going to get there till later. And the issue with that situation was that my flight got canceled in Charlotte, and they refused. No. What happened was my connecting flight was delayed from Cleveland to Charlotte. And when I got to Charlotte, the lady closed the gate and gave my ticket away, me and my seats, to somebody that was standby passengers, and told me I didn't have a seat and I need to go see customer service. Well, how is it that I don't have a seat, but then you turned around and give my seat to other passengers that's for standby, and you knew because the traffic controller told you and the person who runs the schedule told you that the flight from Cleveland to Atlanta was late. And that weekend was a holiday weekend, and there were literally no flights. Like, I even asked the lady to put me on United, Delta, and I think she tried Southwest, and they couldn't confirm me. And when they can't confirm you, it's because it's completely full. That was a very, very busy weekend. That was Labor Day weekend 2025. So they gave me a hotel room, but I had to book a car and I had to drive from Charlotte to Atlanta. And what she did was she held my return flight. So I used a portion of my going flight to Atlanta. So I used a portion from Cleveland to Charlotte, but from Charlotte to Atlanta, I drove, and they held my return flight. So if you didn't know that, airlines can do that. Well, the major carriers can at least. Don't do that on Frontier because you will not have a flight. I don't I don't think they'll do that. I wouldn't do nothing that's customer driven on Frontier except to get on that flight, get to your destination, and come back home. But for my return flight, I had it. Me and my children had it. But it was a one-way car, and I didn't even call American to get my money back because it was more important for me to be at this conference than to be stuck in Charlotte. And the lady told me the next day she'd get me out was Sunday. Well, that's the day I'm going back home, and I'm going to miss the conference. I don't need to go back home on a Sunday. So if you don't subscribe to this channel, hello, Tiago. I think I said it right. If I didn't, I apologize. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Every video you see on this channel, it was actually filmed by me. I've been to that place. I know somebody asked me, like, do you go to all of these places? Yes, I do, because I like to travel. I've been doing this all my life. I'm not new to this. I fly all carriers. I don't discriminate. I fly Frontier. I've flown Spirit. I've flown Delta. I've flown United. I've flown American. I fly everybody. I don't discriminate. Hey, Ansel, how are you? So, hello, Scorpions. Hello, Harry. Thank you. So, make sure when you are going to miss your flight, like, when your flight is delayed, going back to the story, you contact the hotel. My day is fine. Except for here I am talking to you guys because my flight is delayed. Hello, Roger. How are you this evening? Hello, everybody. So it is important that you update the credit card. You had an appropriate credit card on file within your profile. So if you are, thank you. Thank you so much. So when you're traveling, you can be in a situation like this. Like, she even offered to give me a credit card authorization form. I don't need a credit card authorization form because me giving you the credit card authorization form is the same thing as me giving you my credit card number over the phone. I don't know you. You don't know me. I could be anybody. Why would I just give you my credit card number over the phone? Whereas if I put it in Marriott's system, it's attached to my profile, and you can just charge the credit card that's in my profile. So that's what she did. I got my room. If my room is not right, I'm going to be so upset because I've called you twice. I've gotten in an Uber or Lyft to get there. My day was fine. Thank you for asking. How was your day? And so right now I am waiting on my flight. It is raining. I don't think you can see it. But it's raining out there. That's not like them handprints up there is dirt, fingerprints, but it's raining. And so I'm just sitting here waiting. We should have been boarded by now. I see a line, but that does not mean that my flight is boarding. It appears that people are deplaning and they gave us a gate, but that's all I know. The thing that I don't like about Frontier is that they try to nickel and dime you for everything instead of having one flat price, and their customer service sucks after you get your ticket. But now that they've switched to the Filipinos answering the phone, they're actually a little bit nicer. So I missed my flight in California from LAX to Cleveland because now when you fly Frontier, thank you. Now when you fly Frontier from anywhere and you go to LAX, their terminal, you have to take a shuttle. So you're in a terminal, you go through the TSA, and then you have to go downstairs and take a shuttle to get to the main section where everybody else is. And so I missed that, and I bought a ticket on United because United has a nonstop flight that leaves at 10:36 p.m. from LAX or around 10 o'clock and gets in Cleveland the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's a red-eye flight, so you can sleep the whole flight. And they gave me my money back. That's the best thing about Frontier. When they tell you to call that number because them Filipinos is nice. Now, when they start being mean, I'm gonna have something to say about that. But right now, the customer service representatives for Frontier in the Philippines are very nice. They're accommodating. They gave me a flight credit, and with that flight credit, I used it for the flight that I'm taking today. And so, I think I ended up paying. I don't know. Don't ask me how much I paid for this flight because I don't remember. But the one back I paid a lot for because it was the wrong date. And um, if you book a flight within 24 hours, like if you book a flight, you had a right to cancel it within 24 hours and get your money back. But what Frontier did instead was they gave me a credit for the flight, but I needed another date. It was the wrong date, so I still had to book the other date, but I didn't get the discount that I got because I went to the ticket counter and booked it here. And then also, sometimes the ticket prices at the counter are not less than the ticket prices online. It used to be consistently that every time you came to Frontier, the ticket prices were lower at the counter. But now, sometimes they are and sometimes they're not. It just depends on the route you're going. And when I say route, that means are you going from Atlanta to Orlando? Are you going Atlanta to Las Vegas? Are you going Atlanta to Cleveland? Whatever your destination is, that's your route. Where you start and where you end, that's the route of the flight. What else? Actually, I missed my birthday trip because my cousin died. And so I canceled that. I have to redo that trip. I don't know when I'm gonna do it because my life is changing. Like it, even as I'm sitting here talking to you about going, waiting on my flight, it's just consistently changing. Like it's changing. I don't even know what 2 week, 3 weeks will look like. I just don't. And it's okay. Things like that happen all the time, but I don't know. So if you are watching and you've never seen me before, this is Glistening July. We do all things hospitality and tourism. We specialize in accommodations, transportation, food and beverage, recreation. I'm missing some cruises. I always get stuck here, but I can't think of it, the other two. But there's 7 of them. And every video that you see on this channel was actually filmed by me. It is not somebody else's footage. I've been to all of those places. I've been traveling since I was a little kid. I was an unaccompanied minor. My children just took their first unaccompanied minor trip because my aunt, who I used to visit all the time as a kid in California, she would leave you at the airport. And because those are my babies, my aunt's not going to leave them at the airport. And so what I did was I got the cheapest flight I could, which was on Frontier. I flew with them from Cleveland to LAX. I got a rental car. I got a hotel. We went to the beach, when we came in, and we drove to my aunt's house the next day. So I could ensure that my babies got to California safely and they didn't have any issues. And they were unaccompanied minor on American because American was cheaper than United. They were going to go on United, but then United wanted to charge me for both of them being unaccompanied minor instead of one reservation. So American charged me one reservation. I believe the fee was $150 for both my girls. And they had a whole row to themselves. They were originally in a certain seat, and they gave them the whole row. And so I had to stay at the airport until the flight took off. And once the flight took off, that's when she could leave. Now, when they told me for the return, they told me that the flight was going to be in at 5:57 p.m. But in reality, the flight came at like 4:45. So I was late picking them up. So what happened was they called me, and I didn't know who this was calling me. So, of course, I didn't answer the phone. And then they're like, didn't you get the app updates through the app? No, I didn't download the app to see what time your flight was coming. So come to find out, their flight came early, but they did stay with them. And I had to sign paperwork, and I had to show my ID that I was actually their mom, and I met them in the baggage claim area. So that was interesting. That I hadn't done unaccompanied minor with any of my children to date. I hadn't seen that process since I was actually the unaccompanied minor. So to go through it now, that's interesting. But I am wondering if they will keep that service moving forward, just because it's laxed over the time. Like when I was up, there was no paperwork. It was like, show your ID. Okay, you their parent. All right, bye. But now you got to show your ID and sign a piece of paper. And then my daughter's like, I ain't wearing that tag. Yes, you is wearing that tag. If you gonna come home with me, you gonna wear that tag. So they said they had a good experience. They was on American, so they didn't have any issues. We flown that. I think they flew. No, they didn't fly with me. But that, like I said, United has a nonstop, and Americans actually getting rid of that LA to Cleveland route. They did it this summer, but they're going to get rid of that nonstop LA to Cleveland and Cleveland to LA after the summer is over. So if any of you are flying that route, just know it's only for this summer. I was surprised that they put that in there, but it's going away. Um, yeah, so if you are new, make sure you subscribe to this channel. This is Glistening July. We do all things hospitality. Every video you see in here, every short, long form video, short form video was actually filmed by me. I've been to all of those destinations. I love to travel. I enjoy meeting new people. It's the joy of being able to see something new that you've never seen, or just look at something from a history book that you may have never seen, that you want to see in real life. So that's the thing I get the most excitement from. This is like, if I could do anything and you make money off of it, it would be this. I like to travel. I like to try new foods. When I'm not into something, my face tells, like, it gives it all away. When I like it, yes. When I don't, my face gives it away too. I'm in the middle of a huge change. I don't know what the next 3 to 5 weeks will look like. But one of the things that I do know is that travel is not going anywhere. And me and my aunt was recently talking, the one in California, and she was like, I was naming all this other stuff. She was like, well, you want to travel too? And I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that too. But I forgot. Like, you know how you forget, but it's like, it's already ingrained in me. So like everything that I want to do, like that's just like who I am. Like this is just who I am. Getting up, getting on the plane for the day and going somewhere, that's naturally who I am. If I got something I got to take care of, I'm going to get on that plane and go take care of it. I'm not going to just be like, well, no. Or I may even drive. I realize I miss getting in the car and driving. Like when I drove to Tennessee 2 weekends ago, it was just so relaxing. Like it was just really, really relaxing. And I'm looking to see if they boarded my flight yet. I haven't heard that. That's why I'm like peeking over and everything. But it's like I stopped at Mammoth Caves. That was a good experience. But because I didn't have disinfectant wipes, I wonder if I touched something, because my eye swelled up. So when I published, I don't think I have any videos for travel with my eye swollen, but it was this eye right here that swole. I mean, it was swole for real, and I couldn't even see out of it. And they was telling me that it's bats down there, so I don't know if the feces, maybe somebody's hands touched something, and then I touched it, and then it got in my eye. But go ahead and subscribe. That's what I'm going to encourage you to do. I'm killing time. I haven't been on here in a minute. It's been a lot going on with my business. But yeah, what are your plans? Summer is not over yet. Summer's not over till September, right? September. So what are your plans, right? June. So June, July, August. Is it September? Yeah, September. What are your plans for this summer? Who's in here? What's your name? I have some people in here. Have you done your summer vacation already? Are you not doing a summer vacation? Like, what's going on? Make sure you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. And thank you to those who already did. And thank you to those who are a repeat, who come in, who are watching and listening. I got a lot going on. My mind is all over the place. Have not been anywhere interesting that I hadn't already been. So that was my plan for my birthday, to go on a complete road trip to 3 states. I was trying to get 4 in there because I didn't know how I was going to get Connecticut in there. So I have like 11 states that I have not visited yet. Those 11 states are Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, North Dakota, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii, and I can't think of the last one. Just something, just something simple. And so my goal is to hit Hawaii last. I would love to do that with a group of people, like on a cruise, because Hawaii, to visit Hawaii, I was told the best way to tour that state is through a cruise. So then that way you have the opportunity to just cruise through. And like, I want to go to the Nepali coast and I want to cruise through there and see the forges. I think they're called forges. I think that would be very beautiful. I do like nature now. I didn't think I liked it, but I am enjoying going to the national parks. I did get my national park in this year, so if I don't make it to Acadia National Park, I've done my national park for the year. I'm not into national forest. That's not something I'm into. I'm not walking through no forest. I don't even care to go inside of them, really and truly. But nevertheless, here we are. But yeah, what are you guys doing this? Where are you from? Where are you from? What state are you from? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite thing to do when you travel? Like, what's your number one travel accessory? You want to see my number one travel accessory? This is my number one travel accessory. This right here. That's my number one travel accessory. I take that with me everywhere, especially for a trip like this. It goes everywhere with me. I go nowhere without it. They're still standing at the door. I'm waiting for my flight. But I don't go anywhere without that book bag. When it's just a short flight, I don't need to pay for luggage. Put one pair of shoes in there. I normally wear some Birkenstocks. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. Come on in. What's your favorite? What's your number one travel accessory? You know what my second favorite travel accessory is? I'm going to show you it. This is my second. Normally, this gets me stopped at TSA. But today, they did not stop me. I don't think he was doing my job because this lady was in front of me and clearly she didn't travel that much because she had the whole line backed up. My second, I don't see my second accessory and I'm kind of upset if it's not in here. Oh, no, yes, it is. My second accessory is this right here. I always take a hat. And you may be like, why are you taking a winter hat in the winter, right? Why are you taking a winter hat in the summer? The reason why I take a winter hat is because for some reason when I get on these planes now, the cold air blows on my head, my pores are open, I get off the plane and then I'm sneezing uncontrollably. And to me, that's the sign that my body is trying to build up an infection. And so to prevent that, I put these hats on my head, I cover my head, and then I can go to sleep. I wipe down everything with the disinfectant wipes. And I go to sleep. I got an eye mask. So them the four things I do not travel without. Right? My book bag, my disinfectant wipe, the three things. I ain't even put the Lysol in there. Lysol is if I have a luggage. Lysol goes in there automatically. So I travel with disinfectant wipes. Well, I travel with a hat, a winter hat. I travel with disinfectant wipes. I travel with, what else is in here? My book bag. And I get some Lysol. So when I go here, I'm going to get some Lysol because when I looked up why my eye had swollen up, they also said it could be bacteria. So I don't know if it was from the towel or what it was from. When I was at this hotel, that could have been it. But nevertheless, here we are. Yeah, I'm just killing time. I really am. I'm killing time because I have to be up in the morning for a meeting and I'm waiting on this flight to load. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you to those who did subscribe today. Thank you for those who support the channel. I really appreciate you. I really don't have none. I'm like so tired. When I'm tired, I'm just ready to go to sleep. I'm ready to put my hat on, ready to put my scarf on first, then put my hat on and go to sleep on this plane. And the thing about Frontier is you can't really sleep because the seats don't go back. So then when the seat don't go back, it's just like uncomfortable. And like I told people, and I think I posted this when Spirit, when they closed Spirit and then keep them open, I knew flight prices were going up because Spirit was the only company that regulated prices. And this flight just was astronomically high. In my opinion, these flights to Orlando used to be like $69 round trip. And that's to Orlando Airport. Oh man, I forgot I'm going to Orlando. Let me tell you something. Do not ever, ever, ever book a flight at Orlando Airport first thing in the morning. If you book a flight with the Orlando Airport first thing in the morning, you will be there all morning. You have to go to the airport 2 hours before. There is never an exception to Orlando Airport unless you arrive. You have a flight in the evening or in the middle of the day. But if you are leaving first thing in the morning from Orlando Airport, you have to be there at least 2 hours. I got stuck in TSA pre-check because of the Orlando airport. That is the first time in my life I've ever got. That is the worst airport for TSA is Orlando Airport. The worst airport for customer service is American Charlotte. Those are the worst airports. There is no other airports on the face of even LAX is better than Orlando and Charlotte. American Airlines Charlotte should be shut down effective like 3 years ago, especially last year. After that lady closed that gate on me and my kids and gave my seat away to some standby passengers, that whole airport should be shut down for American. American needs to find another hub, and they need to fire all them people there. They are absolutely horrible. I can say that boldly, and I've even posted a short about it. I would never fly into Charlotte for nothing. I don't care. My family lives in Charlotte. I would prefer to drive to Charlotte than fly into Charlotte. That's how bad I do not like that airport. I don't recommend any. If they give you the option to fly from your city to Charlotte or your city to Miami, or you better go to Miami. I don't care if it's out the way. Go to Dallas. Go to Chicago. I would even fly to LA and then back. I would never go to Charlotte. I wouldn't go to Charlotte if they was giving you a free ticket because they are rude. They're very, very rude. I do not like that airport. I do not like that airport. Like people complain about LAX. I have no issues with LAX. I have no issues with no other airport except for Charlotte. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. When you're looking for a ticket, do not book your flight through Charlotte. That's all I can say. For American. If it's American, do not book your flight through Charlotte. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. I don't care if it was the cheapest route. I still wouldn't do it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Every video you see was actually filmed by me. It is not AI generated. This is all actual content and footage. Thank you for everybody who subscribes to the channel. I really appreciate you. And I fly American. When I say I fly American, I fly American. When I say I fly United, I fly United. I will get on that United. I've been on that United LA flags, I think, flights twice. Twice in 2 months. And like I was on that flight in June and I was on that flight in July. So yeah, I fly United. I fly American. I fly Frontier. I'm not a big Southwest fan. Do you like Southwest? And if so, tell me why. Because now that they don't have free bags, what's the big ha ha? So, and I fly Delta. I had a good experience with Delta in May. Excellent customer service. I can honestly say that was excellent customer service in Cleveland. The red coat did his job. My dad was ill. He did not check in for his flight. My sister said she tried to cancel it. He called his name. And I'm like, why is he calling my dad's name? Maybe it's somebody else with my dad's name here. So I went up to the counter and I asked the red coat. I said, this is my dad's birthday. This is the name you just called. He's not coming because he's ill. And he said, yes, this is for your father. And I put a note that you said he was ill. And I said, my sister said she was trying to cancel it. He said, yes, have them try to cancel. They may give you your money back. I cannot guarantee it. And my sister said they gave him her money back or his money back. So I was happy about that. But yes, my dad was unable to drive. My dad is 90 years old. And fly because he was ill. But the customer service at Delta was excellent. When I say excellent with the red coat in Cleveland, excellent. Like, who calls a passenger's name on the list that's supposed to be flying and they didn't even check in? Like, how they get through the gate? Why are you calling their name? But nevertheless, they did, and it was excellent. I mean, I was like, oh. But it's not worth paying them high prices. But I did use Delta to fly to Vietnam. And that experience was good. He gave me a whole row in coach by myself. And the lady saw me, asked him that. And then she was like, well, is there another row? And he's like, no, ma'am, she took the last row. Because the flight was full and I didn't want to be in coach with all these people for 12, 14 hours from Detroit to, I used to say, Ishan, South Korea, Ishan. I don't know how to say it. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. I did not post any. I think I posted one video or maybe two videos from Vietnam. That's it. I didn't even post anything from China from last year in Taiwan. I think I've posted like one photo. I can't even think of if it's that many videos that I posted. I mean, I have a lot of footage from that. So yeah, I'm gonna do a video of the hotel I'm staying at. I'm gonna do a video. I've been doing videos of the hotels that I've stayed at. So I'm gonna do a video of the hotel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this evening. I really appreciate your time. I know it's like 7:44 on the West Coast. What time is it where you are? I'm gonna stop running my mouth and wait for you. Somebody in here. What time is it? I mean, this flight is super duper late. It was supposed to leave at 9. It's supposed to leave at 10:59. Now it's 10:44 and it still ain't here. And I still got to call an Uber or a Lyft when I get to my destination. Oh my goodness. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and thank you in advance for your support. I really appreciate it. Can't wait till I get to 500 subscribers. I'm going to be happy. I want to have a party with all of y'all. For real, for real. Like, if you my subscriber and you live here, come on, let's party. I'm going to do something big, though, because it has taken me forever. Because I ain't taking this serious. But it has taken me forever. Because I'm busy. I'm trying to slow down. Like, I'm just trying to slow down and enjoy the moment. But it is taking me forever. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment and like this live. Thank you for tuning in. Where are you from? Tell me where you're from. Where are you going this summer? What's your favorite vacation? What's your dream vacation? Let's talk about that. What is your dream vacation? Do you not have one? Are you not interested? It's just me and you. Ooh, baby. Welcome to Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. So what's your dream vacation? Airports are more than places you pass through. They're gateways to connection. Oh, I'm sleeping. And what you need to know about Cleveland is only the beginning. This is a city built on grit and innovation, shaped by hard work. And now, as soon as this flight starts boarding, I am going to end this live so it can upload. But I hadn't been on here in a minute, so I decided to come on. Oh my goodness, I knew what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to post a video that I did not post. I think I'm about to end this, and I'm going to give you like one more minute, and less than one more minute, but I'm about to end this because I need to post this other video on this other channel. So I just want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you comment on this live. You share it out. And with that being said, I'm about to end. It's raining. It was raining. You can't really see it outside, but... Oh, yes, you can a little bit through my face. The mirror glass. But when it say 35, I'm ending. I'm about to go. I'm ready to go to bed. I could have stayed at home. Oh, no, I can't because TSA closes at Cleveland Hopkins Airport at 10 p.m. Cleveland, the TSA closes at 10 p.m. at Cleveland Hopkins, and it is closed. And I am gone. Peace. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in.